You heard it. I heard it. You saw it. I saw it. Welcome to another episode of Orange and Blue Network's Fresh Squeeze. Here we bring the breaking news. And the breaking news we have today are some big roster moves that we have to readjust our entire 53-man roster to go back and look over. And we're going to talk about those moves that are made today. There are moves that are happening right now that we're going to have to update. I believe I just got word that Angelo Blackson just got released. So that's something new that we have to talk about. But before we get into that, thank you guys for welcome to another episode of Orange and Blue Fresh Squeeze. Yes, we are back. We are live. Fresh Squeeze, breaking news. This is not on my computer. This is on my iPad. So hopefully the Wi-Fi is better. Have to adjust it. Breaking news, just figuring out what's going on, what's happening. We've already seen that Tim Patrick is either going to be traded or released. Samaje Perine as well. Some things we predicted, some things we did not. But we are here to break it all down. I don't even have a chart in front of me. I wish I had the 53-man roster. You know, the flagship podcast, the Nothing Wrong with Orange and Blue podcast, is tomorrow evening, which is going to be after the roster comes out. So it's just going to be a review of the 53-man going into the season. But yet today, George Payton and Sean Payton made moves. They made moves that sent all of Broncos country scrambling, all of us reflecting on our emotions. So here we're going to go over that 53-man, readjust, see where we're at. What are we thinking? Why did these moves happen? What is the image and the vision that Sean Payton is trying to portray? How does this is Bo Nix's first time adjusting to this. One of a guy that we thought was going to be his big target is now being removed. So how does he go about that? But before we do that, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends and family, guys. If you're here from MHRT, go ahead over to Orange and Blue Network. You see us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatsoever. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. And as you guys saw in the introduction, we are also in partnership with the Mile High Roundtable. So if you guys are here from the Orange and Blue Network, go ahead, hop on over to the Mile High Roundtable Network on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe, follow, hit that notification bell so that way you guys do not miss anything. You guys don't miss a video. Like, for example, right now we are going to get into Tim Patrick and Samaje Perine are no longer Broncos. Tim Patrick was a fan favorite. I mean, Sean Payton said it all throughout the season. How much Tim Patrick was a leader in that room, and he was back after 2 years, and we got to see his emergence in the game against Green Bay, and so we're all excited. You know, we're putting our rosters together, and you know, I said it before. If any of you guys listen to the podcast, I thought Tim Patrick was on the bubble coming back. I mean, you had all these new guys stepping in. You have 2 years of injuries, and it's tough to make that roster. But he came out and he showed it, and you know, I was ready to eat crow and saying, hey, Tim Patrick's the guy. You know, he's there. He's going to be wide receiver number 2 right alongside Courtland Sutton. He's that safety net, and he showed to be that safety net on third down. He can break a couple tackles, get some extra yards, deceptive speed, a big game guy, fundamental guy. And yet news breaks today that Tim Patrick is either going to be traded or released. Even though I predicted it before training camp, I did not see this coming. It caught me off guard. And there's a lot of people reacting, and I can understand it. And I kind of agree with it. A lot of people were saying that, you know, Broncos might regret this. So, guys, you guys got to hop in. Even though we're live and this is a breaking news stream, you guys need to come on in the comments and let me know. Are we going to regret letting Tim Patrick go. D-Rock in the comments as always. What's up, D-Rock West Side? Yes, sir. I am not on my laptop. I am on my iPad. And this is why nothing is buffering. I'm probably going to have to go grab my charger in a second. But other than that, yeah, we're good to go. Guys, let me know in the comments. Did we make a mistake in letting Tim Patrick go? Are we going to regret that? And who do we think Sean Payton believes is ready to step up in that role? Tim Patrick has some big shoes to fill, but we have a bunch of the similar archetypes in the wide receiver room. We got the 6'4" and up big guys. We got Cortland Sutton. We had Tim Patrick, Josh Reynolds. Greg Dulcich is 6'3" and can be considered a glorified slot. Then you have Devon Bailey as well, Lil Jordan Humphrey. So we have these big guys, and it was kind of getting redundant. But did we move away from Tim Patrick? Yeah, D-Rock, I agree. Yeah, 2 years. And I was talking to Mile High Viking about this, and I was telling Johnny about this. I said Tim Patrick didn't play a single snap in the Russell Wilson era. The whole Russell Wilson era, Tim Patrick just walks on the sideline. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, but he's back healthy. He's back looking good. And from the reports I've seen, thanks for the thumbs up, guys. And from the reports I've seen, there's some teams that are interested in trade. That to me, that's bigger news. I don't think we're for sure not gonna trade him to the Chiefs, but I said if Tyler Beatty, and we'll talk about this. If I told Johnny, I said if Tyler Beatty hits that wire or he gets released, he's gonna end up being a Chief. And it always happens. I don't want it to happen. I don't think the Broncos will trade him within the division, especially not to the Chiefs. But yeah, Tim Patrick looks healthy. He looks good. Shai comes in and said, why did we let Tim Patrick go? That's what we're here to figure out. That's what we're here to talk about. Are we going to regret it? Who knows? I think one of the best reasons I've seen and I've thought about of why we let Tim Patrick go was to get more snaps for, the Yak guys. As we can see, Bo Nix is accurate. He's quick. He makes the right read. He gets the ball out on time. And so as you can see, even with Zach Wilson, when you hit that timing route, you can get some yak yards. David Sills had that across the middle. David Sills had it a couple times. Even Troy Franklin caught an in route, breaking in route over the middle. So, if that's in front of him, and he kept, I believe he kept running as well, if I remember correctly. Kamani Dixon, what's up? We're talking about Tim Patrick and the breaking news. Come and tell us what you think. Mile High Viking says, internet looking good, buddy. Thanks, man. It's the iPad, which tells me I have to get a brand new laptop or a brand new desktop, one of the two. That's what the conclusion is. That's what we came up with. Back to Shai's question. Maybe we wanted to get some more receptions to the Yak guys, to Marvin Mims, and maybe if toward the back end or a little bit if they think he's ready, Troy Franklin. Because this follows up to your next question, Shai, which is who's going to replace Tim Patrick. I think what they're doing is they're going to move Josh Reynolds into that slot position that Tim Patrick had. So I think they're going to have Cortland Sutton as the X and the boundary numbers, and they're also going to put Josh Reynolds in that slot. And don't forget we have Greg Dulcich too, who we didn't showcase a lot of. Sean Payton didn't want to showcase. I believe Sean Payton didn't want to showcase Marvin Mims, and he didn't want to showcase Greg Dulcich, who are currently our Yak guys. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. As we saw, Greg Dulcich had one. He had that catch against Green Bay where he ran for 20 yards, got 20 yards after the catch and got the first down on like 3rd and 19 or something like that. Sean Payton doesn't want to showcase him too much. Him and Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims had his first game, quick touchdown, real quick on a motion RPO. That's exactly what we want. Tyler coming in. Everybody's coming in and saying, internet looking good. Thanks, guys. It feels good. I had to sit here and brainstorm today. And I called Johnny. I said, hey, I'm going to have to step away from the network until I can figure out these internet issues because it's getting annoying. It's getting irritating. I was like, you know what? Let me try something else. So I give glory to God that it worked because I'm happy to be back with you guys. And I appreciate that. But yeah, you have Josh Reynolds, Greg Dulcich in the slot. And you also have Devon Bailey. Devon Bailey might not come in and be that third down blanket guy, but he's definitely that guy that's going to be up there, the same archetype. They're going to see a little bit if he can be that blanket guy. But I think it's going to be Josh Reynolds for sure. Ty Y. I know you by Ty Y, not Tyler. But I think Avatar's in. He says, what's up, Broncos country? Sorry to hear that Tim is gone. Any other news? Yes, I believe someone in the group chat, I believe it was Bronco Rob that said in the group chat, I'm still looking, But in the group chat, he said that Angelo Blackson was released, was going to be released. So I'm trying to see any confirmation on that. You guys let me know in the chat if there's any confirmation. My niece keeps changing my name on YouTube because she uses it. Let her keep changing it. She can change it to whatever she wants it to change it to. Guys, real quick, while we're here, don't forget to head on over and like this video. If you're from MHRT, don't forget to like this video. Head on over to the Orange and Blue Network on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Share this video with your friends and family. And if you guys are here from the Orange and Blue Network, go ahead over to MHRT Network. Go to their YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Go to their Twitter. Follow. Facebook. Follow and share. Also on Twitch, that's what they have. Go ahead and share while we're doing that. We're looking for you guys. Let me know if you guys have any more news. Everybody's looking for confirmation. In a second, I'm at 10%, which should be good for a little bit, but I'll take about a good 4 seconds to sprint out of here, go grab my charger in a minute, and hook up. Jeremy Fowler reported 28 minutes ago. Let me see if I can pull this up and share this with you guys. Pull this stuff up and see if I can share it with you. But I'm gonna read it. Teams identified. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said teams identified Denver as among most active leading in the roster cutdowns. While Tim Patrick and Samaje Perine are available, as others have reported, Broncos also received calls on cornerback Damari Mathis, though Denver plans to keep him. He hurt his ankle Sunday. So there's that quarterback depth as well. People are really calling, and this is credit to George Payton and Sean Payton. He said use the I thought I put it up there. Oh, when I clicked out of it. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Give me 1 second so Johnny can stop crying. He's in the comments crying. It is up there. It says Orange. Oh, I see what you're saying. See. I'm on the solo layout, dude. I don't know why the background's popped up, but I'm on the solo layout. I don't, for whatever reason, it's not switching to it. That's weird. There we go. That's much better. Okay, we're gonna stick with that. That's much better. That's much better. We're gonna stick with that. So Damari, people they're getting calls about Damari Mathis as well. I think our cornerback room is a little unproven. Let's use that word, unproven. I think our cornerback room is unproven. So I don't think we'll move away. You got Riley Moss, Levi Wallace, Damari Mathis. You could put, depending on how it's a high ankle sprain, it's 2 weeks away. I mean, so if you want to move, if we're going over the roster, which we're going to go over, let me go grab my charger, guys. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So if we're going over the roster, and I was listening to what was I listening to? I was listening to DNVR. I was listening to Andrew Mason, just listening to their 53s, and now they're definitely all thrown out of whack completely. So let's start off with our wide receiver room first, since that's the biggest one. Let's see. We've talked about who we think can replace Tim Patrick. I think Josh Reynolds is going to fit in that slot really well and take over for Tim Patrick. I think he's going to do very well. That's going to be an added role for him. That's definitely going to be a bigger role for him. I believe that he may have had it at Detroit. So Sean Payton is showing him a little trust. So and I believe, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we're going to carry 6 wide receivers. I definitely believe we're going to carry 6 wide receivers. So I believe it's going to be Courtland Sutton. I almost said Tim Patrick. Oh, gosh. Muscle memory. I almost said his name. Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Josh Reynolds, Devon Vele, Troy Franklin, and then that sixth wide receiver. Now, some people are discussing whether that's Lil Jordan Humphrey or Brandon Johnson, but I'm thinking. See, here's my thought process. Not in addition to Devon Vele definitely having a great training camp and showing that he's willing to step up into a bigger role and really show out. I think in addition to that, I think Brandon Johnson's game also helps solidify the release of Tim Patrick, because you can say, well, we have Tim Patrick, we got this young guy who's similar to Tim Patrick, Devon Bailey. But other than that, but then you have Brennan Johnson show up and say, hey, I can make yards and make catches too. So you're like, okay, I trust our depth. I trust our bench. So I trust our depth. I trust our bench. So we're going to go ahead. I think the sixth wide receiver is going to be Brennan Johnson. Ty White says, I think he goes to Court, Reynolds, Mims, Troy, Vele, and either Lil Jordan or the boy from Appalachian State. Why is that? Jalen Virgil. Now, that's a good point. Jalen. I was thinking about Jalen Virgil earlier because he's a good returner. He's good on special teams. That's true. But Lil Jordan Humphrey also brings that special teams ability as well. So that's a valid point, is that we also have to consider the special teams. So that six wide receiver, that can be between Lil Jordan Humphrey, Brandon Johnson, and Jalen Virgil. So it's up for grabs. So it's up for grabs. So that's what let me keep counting my phone right here. So what is that? So we said we're going to carry six wide receivers. So that's 6 on the 53 roster right there. And then we're going to say the top 5 offensive linemen. All right, the starting 5. Bowles, Powers, Wattenberg, McGlinchey. So now we're at 11. I think we carry – yes, that's true, Ty White. I've seen this talked about a lot. Sean Payton does like Lil Jordan Humphrey. In his defense, every time Lil Jordan Humphrey catches the ball, it's important, and he always gets yards. So in his defense, if he's brought up as wide receiver number 6, it's because he's earned it. So I have nothing against that as well. So how many offensive linemen are we carrying in addition to the 5? So we're definitely going to need a rotating guard and definitely a rotating tackle. But I'm going to have to say I'm going to say we carry 8. I think we carry Forsyth. Forsyth had a rough preseason, and I was huge on Alex Forsyth. But I agree, Tyway. I agree. I think we keep 8. Sean isn't known for more than 8. I agree. That sounds right to me. Because you want a rotating guard, tackle, and center. So I think Alex Forsyth, Sean Payton mentioned that he likes that he can play both center and guard. And he's mentioned that a lot. So I think that versatility opens the door for him to earn a roster spot. I think Throckmorton has been really, really good. I haven't watched the film yet, but so far in the preseason, I've seen him do really well at that guard position. And put I'm gonna screw up his name, Pachuski. Excuse me I'm Palcewski. I'm screwing up his name, but I think those are the 8 we carry. So let's see where we at now. Plus 3. So we're at 14 roster spots. Okay. Quarterbacks, are we carrying 2 or 3 quarterbacks? Now, Sean Payton said he likes to carry 3 quarterbacks. I agree. We were very blessed last season to have our offensive line almost play as one unit for the first time in years, as one unit, healthy for most of the season. Shout out to Sean Payton, the strength and conditioning coach and all that. That was fantastic. Hopefully we can keep that camaraderie together. Luke Wattenberg can have a seamless fit, but I definitely agree. We need 8. Ty Wise says, I think we keep 2 and trade Stidham. We keep Zach. Now, I've heard a bunch of back and forth on this. I know Todd Davis said he believes we keep 2. Sean Payton said he likes 3. If I believe that there's a call and it's good enough, I think, yes, we trade one of the 2. But I think depending on the game, and I believe they just came out with a rule today. They went back to the season ago, where last year you were able to bring up quarterback 3 whenever you please, and it wouldn't count as a roster spot. Now they're changing that. Now you can't do that. Now it counts as a roster spot. You can't just move them up and down off the practice squad for an emergency situation anymore. Now it actually counts. So you have to tinker with the roster a little bit more. Honestly, I think it would determine because I think you're going to carry 3. You're going to carry 3 until someone offers a trade, because you can't put Zach Wilson or Jarrett Stidham on the practice squad, because either one of them will get taken. Jarrett Stidham doesn't have to pass through waiver wires because he's a vet. And I believe Zach Wilson's on his rookie contract. Jared Stidham is a vested vet, so he does not have to pass through waiver wires, and you'd be able to just sign him on the practice squad. So I'd be interested to see how that goes. But you can do both depending on the game. So if you're going up against, depends on the defense, depends on where you are in the season. If it's early in the season and knock on wood, something happens, you don't want to. Their playoff chances aren't blown out the water. You want to play Jarrett Stidham because he's not going to blow the game. But if it's a worse injury, like a 5 to 7 week injury, knock on wood, put in Zach Wilson. Let's see where we go. So I think they carry 3. But you can save money if you cut Jarrett Stidham. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna stick with Sean Payton's word because we know he could be playing around, and I'm gonna go with 3. So now we're at 17. Running backs. Chat. We saying 3? We saying 3 running backs. Javonte, Jalil, Audric. Samaje Perine gonna be gone. Hey, I'm gonna say 3. 1 on the practice squad. I don't know if you can put Beatty on the practice squad. I don't want the Chiefs to get him. And then the question is, with the running back, what do you do with the fullback? There's been talk about Nate Atkins, and Tyrod brings it up, and Burton. So you carrying 4 running backs, or are you carrying 3 running backs? Are you carrying 4 running backs and Nate Atkins if you don't want Tyler Beatty to go? But I think it's 3 running backs and a fullback. So we'll say we'll add 4. So we're at 21. So that's the offense. So we're at about 21 for the offense. No, we're not done with the offense because we didn't do tight end. So did I see somewhere? I wouldn't be surprised if Lucas Kroll. I wouldn't be surprised if Lucas Kroll went to the practice squad. And I was thinking about it. Hear me out. Let me state my case. Dulcich there. Troutman can still be there, or you may just want to cut bait because you have Nate Atkins. Tell me if you see this. Absolutely, go Broncos. Bryce Main's new name. I don't have my nothing rhymes with orange and blue cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my office cup. Cheers. Welcome to this new name. Go Broncos. Absolutely. Ty West says tight end is Atkins, Dulcich, and Troutman. Yes. And then Kroll goes to the practice squad. Yes, I can absolutely see that. I absolutely see that. So I see 3 tight ends. So we're at 24 to 53. Let me see if there's any more news really quick, any more updates. They're going after Damari Mathis, even though he got injured. So that's interesting. The Cowboys are flying out Dalvin Cook. So that's going to be interesting. No, not seeing any more updates. I want where that confirmation from Angelo Blackson, because if you're spreading misinformation in the group chat, then you're just spreading misinformation in the group chat. There's nothing. That's it. Yeah, Broncos country is not reacting well to Tim Patrick. And I told Johnny this. I told Baja Viking this. Sean Payton with these offseason cuts, and there's always one that you don't expect. And it's like watching Game of Thrones. You just can't. The Broncos with Sean Payton is like Game of Thrones. You cannot get connected. You cannot get emotionally connected to a character. Because my audio. Let me know if my audio keeps going in and out. Let me know if can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. So I'm not seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing any news on that. Okay, so we're at 24. That's the roster number we're at, 24. So let's see the defensive side. Okay, Ty White confirmed. Angelo Blackson didn't get released. Okay, good. I hear you. Perfect. Okay. Defense. So the front, let's go. We're keeping 4 edge rushers. Let's see if we all agree. Benito, Cooper, Browning. Good. All right. D-line. So we have Franklin Myers, Allen, DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach. We're at 32. Okay. So we got the depth for the edge. Let's get the depth for the defensive line. Speaking of Angelo Blackson. Now, I think we're carrying 5. I think we carry 5 defensive linemen. So we got 3 already. We got Malcolm Roach. No, we have 4. Malcolm Roach, DJ Jones, Zach Allen, Jonathan Franklin Myers. I think we carry 5. So we have 1 more. Angelo Blackson was in the lead, but the way Jordan Jackson played yesterday, he was so explosive. I mean, he was incredibly explosive off the line. Every play he made, he was in the backfield. You can, depending on how many linebackers we take, we may be able to come back and grab Blackson because we still have Matt Henningsen, Elijah Garcia, which are going to, I like Henningsen. I've always liked Henningsen, but I think he'll be on the practice squad. I think Enrique will go on the practice squad too. That's the thing. Will he be picked up and signed off that? Because he's a big guy. He's got talent. You can definitely see he's going to be a great nose tackle, a great defensive end and nose tackle. But whether Blackson makes it, so right now I have us at 5 defensive linemen. So we're at 32, and I'm going to say plus Jordan Jackson. So now we're at 33. I hope I did the we just say Pancho Libre, Mark from Georgia. Now I'm going to go on Twitter to see if you're right or not. So we're at 34, and then let's go to linebackers. So linebackers is very interesting because I like our linebacker core. I really like our linebacker core. Yes, I think we keep Jordan Jackson. I think he travels with the team, and I think he gets some meaningful plays. He's that explosive. I like our inside linebacker core. Alex Singleton, Cody Barton, start. I would not be surprised. Good to see you, Mark. How you been, brother? Good to have you back. It's good for us to be back. As you see, we're back in partnership with MHRT. Good to have you back in the chat. Blow up the chat. Let us know how you've been. Don't forget to catch our rest of the shows because you're going to love the segments that we have too. Speaking of that, guys, while we're here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends and family. Head on over to the Orange and Blue Network, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and head on over to MHRT Network and subscribe to their channel as well. So yeah, inside linebackers, Cody Barton, Alex Singleton, Justin Sternad. My goodness. Now, Taiwan, this is where we're going to differ. Like I said, inside linebacker was interesting. How many linebackers do we carry? I see us carrying 4. Is it Levon Bailey or Jonas Griffith? Now, I don't think you could put Levon Bailey on the practice squad. How many teams are looking for you to put an inside linebacker that picked off under a crossing route and took it for 95 yards for a touchdown? Every team's waiting for him to hit the waiver wire. I don't think you could put him on the practice squad. I think you could put Jonas Griffith on the practice squad. Like I said, I like our inside linebacker core. I definitely understand what you're saying, Mark. Cody Barton is definitely more athletic than Alex Singleton. He's definitely better in pass coverage. He's definitely better in pass coverage. It's interesting to see those pairings, but I really, really, really like Justin Sternad. His progression has come along well, and he looks like that fast, athletic linebacker that we always wanted. And he brings the boom. So like I said, I'm not sold either, and maybe it's my bias speaking because I'm not sold. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Justin Sternad and there were Alex Singleton. I'm just being honest. So we're saying we carry 4 linebackers, 4 inside linebackers. So now we're at 37. Plus we got punter, kicker, long snapper. So we're at 40. And then we're going to go to Now we're on DBs. DBs. How many DBs do we carry? So we got Pat Surtain, Riley Moss, Jaquan McMillan. Now we just read that teams were calling to trade for Damari Mathis, but apparently the Broncos are keeping him. So we'll count from the reports: Damari Mathis, Levi Wallace. I think we carry. How many do we carry? 5 DBs, or do we carry? I think we carry 5 DBs, or do we carry 6? Do we carry 6 DBs? Chris Abrams drained. So if we carry 60, I think we carry 6 DBs. We normally carry 6. I think our DB room is a little shaky. We're trying to see. I'm praying it's not like last year. Mark, I agree with you. I think we carry 6. I'm hoping it's not like last year when we get exposed like a Miami game and we decide to rearrange, take out Issei Bassey, put in Jaquan. I hope this isn't like that. I hope we have a good idea of what it is, but I'm going to say we carry 6. We carry 6 cornerbacks. So now we're at 46. How many? We got safety. So we got PJ Locke, Brandon Jones, Devon Key, and is it Kadron Smith or J.L. Skinner? I definitely think we carry 4. Ty White comes in. He says corners are PS2, Moss, McMillan, Damari Mathis, Levi Wallace gets to go, I think. Yes, so you think we carry 5 DBs but not 6. I think we carry 6, and I'm going to go ahead and add in Chris Abrams drain. He's one of the highest graded rookies coming out. He performed at a high level every preseason game. He's progressing. Riley Moss is definitely a cornerback too. I really want to see him go out there and be opposite Pat Surtain. I really want him to perform well. Ty White says we keep 5. I think we keep 6. Let's see. Brandon Jones, PJ Locke, and are we doing Kadron Smith or are we doing J.L. Skinner? Now, J.L. Skinner definitely, they both bring that special teams aspect too. J.L. Skinner let it hit on Humble on that kickoff. But I definitely think we carry 4 safeties. So now we're at 50. Give or take 1. So we have 1 to 2 more slots to go. So we have 1 or 2 more. So let's go back. Let's say we add, since I have extra space, I'm going to say we go ahead and we bring up Tyler Beatty. I say we bring up Tyler Beatty. I say we bring up Tyler Beatty. 5 safeties and 5 corners. Okay, so you fill in that slot. So where I said 6 corners and 4 safeties, you say 5 safeties and 5 corners. But I think you took 1 person in and changed. Okay, I can see that. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a running back. I'm going to go ahead. I don't want Tyler Beatty on the practice squad. I don't want the Chiefs to get him. So I'm going to go ahead and say Tyler Beatty we carry 4 running backs. And I think we put Blake Watson, who we paid a lot of money. I think we put him on the practice squad. So I think Javonte Jalil, Audric, and Tyler travel with the team. And if you see, we got that Thunder Lightning punch. Javonte Jalil, Thunder Lightning. Audric, Beatty, Thunder Lightning. I say, and that's going to put us at 51 to 52. So then we have 1 more position. Yep, I agree, Mark. Blake Watson on the practice squad. So if we got that 1 extra position, let's say we add another linebacker. Actually, you know what? We can add we'll add another defensive line. We'll bring up Kamani said Deuce Skinner in replace of Kadri Smith. Yes, I can definitely see Skinner. Where is that comment in regards to? I think it was. Yes. So I'm gonna go with Ty White, and I'm gonna say it's Alex Singleton, Cody Barton, Justin Sternad, Levon Bailey, and Jonas Griffith. Because I have a couple extra. I'm gonna say we add another linebacker. Don't let Blake Watson go. He's gonna develop. He's a hard runner. He definitely runs hard. He has a pass catching ability. This is true. That one guy from Australia played at Utah played at Utah makes us able to keep 17 on the practice squad instead of 17. Wonderful. I love those. Um, Yes, Skinner, I agree with. He's been there longer than Smith as far as experience. And Sean Payton definitely said toward the end of the season on the practice squad, they definitely saw him getting better and better and better. And now he seemed to progress and take it up another notch. So I don't think that yeah, I could see him traveling. He's definitely earned it. I wouldn't be adverse to that or Kadri Smith. Um, but so far, guys, I'm not seeing any more updates. That concludes this updated 53-man roster. We're going to see tomorrow. Um, we're definitely going to see tomorrow how close we were tonight. And don't forget, guys, you guys got to tune in tomorrow night for the flagship Nothing Runs with Orange and Blue podcast. Tomorrow night, I believe that's at. Gosh, I do not want to get it the wrong time. Why don't we have a banner for this to just show? We need some type of thing to post so that way we can have it all scheduled. Yeah, Johnny, if you hear me, go ahead and make something that way we can just click the button and put it up because I don't want to have to remember remember the times. I think I want to say 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's tomorrow. 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. It's Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. So there you're going to see the updated news, the confirmed 53 roster. Where we're going to be going and what we're going to be looking forward to. Oh, yeah, we got some Chiefs fans in the house. Virginia Hernandez's Chiefs. No, we beat you guys last year, and we're going to beat you guys again. I think the Broncos go 4-2 in the division, and I think we split with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Smith and Skinner both make it, I think. Smith and Skinner can't both make it, though. Yeah, if you said 5 safeties, then yes. You said Jones, Lock, and Key. Skinner, Smith. Yes, 5 safeties. They did both make it for you. Chefs. That is the correct way. The Kansas City Chefs. Because, man, they have some good barbecue. Never won the preseason Super Bowl. Congrats. Absolutely, we won the Super Bowl, and we need a trophy for that. If the NBA gets to have in-season tournaments and a trophy for that, then we definitely should get a Super Bowl trophy for the preseason. I'm 100% positive. You're just jealous because we're going to have more rings than you. That's okay. We'll put it in the trophy case. You guys can stop by, take some pictures at it, and look at it. 4 p.m. Colorado time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, Taiwan. Like I said, 8 p.m. Eastern. So it's 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain. Jesus Christ. There it is. Blitz be repping. Yes. Come talk that trash, Blitz. Come on. Come on, baby. Look at the Wi-Fi. Look at it, baby. Look at me go. Look at me go. No, it's because I'm on the iPad. And not my laptop, so I think I need a completely new computer. D-Rock comes in and reminds me something and just blew up. Actually, no. So D-Rock, DeAndre Tillman definitely was just as explosive as Jordan Jackson. All right, bud, we're going to go outside in a second. So do we keep DeAndre Tillman or Angelo Jackson? That's a good question. Have you gotten – no, I haven't got my – no. So right now I have the new Pat Surtain jersey. Johnny got me the new Pat Surtain jersey. So I'm getting us the classic jersey. So I'm getting Johnny away, and I believe Johnny's getting – I think Johnny's getting Johnny away too. He copied me. But I'm getting the white Bo Nix jersey, and I think Johnny's getting the orange Bo Nix jersey. There he is. That's the blitz side now. Yes, we put up points in the preseason. I don't know if you guys know, but Sean Payton averages the most points per game by any coach in NFL history. And if I remember the number correctly, I believe it was 27 or 27.5. So yeah, he's an offensive guru and a quarterback coach and a quarterback guru. And that's been shown. I think Tillman stays. Yes, I'm a big fan of Tillman because he came from I think he came from the UFL. And he was like huge in the UFL, and he's done it consistently. So with him and Jordan Jackson, I believe in our D-line depth 100%. I believe in it 100%. Blitz said, I can't wait to see the other color jerseys. I'm tired of the white already. Yeah, that blue jersey on Madden is fire, and it's dope. Ty White says, I'm wearing my Bo jersey Wednesday. Mark says, nothing like bandwagon fans. He's tearing up the Chiefs fans in the comments. So, they're the Chiefs fans. The only player I know is Mahomes. How will the Broncos offensive line do this year? I think that depends on our tackles. I think Michael Lynch is going to have a jump this year in the Zach Street offense. I think Bowles always starts rough, but he's the last few years he's consistently just settled and been top 10 left tackle throughout the year. The question is going to be, can Luke Wattenberg fit in? Because now he's got the vets next to him. Now it's the opposite of Lloyd Cushenberry, where him and Quinn Miners came in at the same time, and I think Dalton Reisner was maybe 1 or 2 years ahead. Now you have the vets. Now you got Ben Powers and Quinn Miners who are paid next to you. You got a quarterback who can read defense as well. I think that offensive line is going to be very good. I think it's going to start first with the run game because that builds the offensive line's confidence. When you're getting 3, if we can do the same thing we did in the preseason where we're ahead of the sticks, we're getting 4-yard gains, 5-yard gains on first down with the run game. That's going to open up the offensive line and give them much more confidence, and that's definitely going to. I think it was 7th. It was 7th last year. Our offensive line was good, and you know what? Lloyd Cushenberry was a lot better than I gave him credit for, and he was a lot better than Broncos country gave him credit for, because last year was a great year for him, and I didn't know how much we would miss him. And actually, Johnny and I met Lloyd Cushenberry. He plays for the Titans now. We met him at a Predators game. That dude is huge. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", but on TV, you don't think. I mean, you come across people who's 6'3", 6'4" all the time, and I'm short. So you're like, oh, okay, cool. You're 6'3", 6'4". I've seen a bunch of, but these dudes are built, and when people say they're like they block doorways, yeah, these dudes are massive. So it's pretty cool to meet him. We saw George Kittle. And we saw George Kittle that game too. Ty West says the business can't get attached to players, only like PS2 can. Yes. You can't get attached to players, especially with Sean Payton, because it's like Game of Thrones. He's going to chop their head. And Justin Simmons surprised me. Tim Patrick surprised me. So now I'm like, oh, my goodness. No one's safe. And that's really what it shows. Earn it. Am I the only one who enjoys the Broncos hate? Because having people bite the curve feels better. 2024 Broncos are in the playoffs. D-Rock, yes. Since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction for the season. I think the Broncos go 10-7. And I think we go 4-2 in the division. I think we split with the Chiefs, and I think we split with the Raiders. Not the Raiders. I think we sweep the Raiders. We split with the Chiefs, and we split with the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to have a much better defense this year than they've had in the past. I think their offense is going to take a step back, but I think their defense is going to take a step forward. Jim Harbaugh is known to have good defenses. So I think we split with the Chargers. We sweep the Raiders. I think we go 4-2 in the division. We get a wild card and go 10-7. Who we play in the wild card depends whether or not we win, but I think we definitely go in the playoffs this year. And I love them. I love them sleeping on us. And here's the thing with the media, guys. Here's the thing with the national media. This is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what's happening. They're not going to admit that they were wrong. They're just going to move the goalposts into their right. So they're going to say, picking Bo Nix at number 12 was a horrible pick. I had him late round, maybe second. The Broncos were done. Worst roster. I don't know why they did this. That's going to be their initial report. And instead of coming out, some people said, hey, I was wrong on Bo Nix. He's better than I thought. What they're going to come out and say is, well, he's playing against backups. 3 weeks ago, you said he was quarterback number 3. So if he was a backup playing against backups, he, be impressed by what he's doing. So they're going to say, well, he's playing against backups. Well, it's just a preseason. Then it's going to go to, well, he didn't play anybody good. So half are going to say, I was wrong, or, he's better than I thought. Most of them are going to say they're going to keep moving the goalposts into their right until he messes up. See, I told you he couldn't do it. He just had to figure. They're going to keep moving the goalposts. So, yeah, I love the fact that we're underdogs and that they're counting us out. Because Colin Cowherd made a good point. If Bo Nix hits, the Broncos are the Houston Texans. Because nobody was looking at the Houston Texans. Actually, the Houston Texans were the number 31 ranked team last year, as the Broncos were. As the Broncos are now. Guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Come on, guys, like the video. And so nobody thought the Texans were going to hit. And all of a sudden, they hit. C.J. Stroud was able, because remember C.J. Stroud had that, what was it, that 8% on some type of written test, how you can read defenses, and now he can read the defenses. Great. Now he's going into year 2. So, yeah, the Broncos can do the same thing. I think our defense is going to be improved. I think missing Justin Simmons hurts. I don't know why we got rid of Fabian Moreau. We should have kept him, my opinion. But I think our defensive line is vastly improved. And I think our linebacker core may be improved too. I think our offense is going to be improved. Our run game is going to be improved. So, yeah, let him hate. let him sleep on us. Ty White says we were the 8th ranked offensive line last year. Exactly. Exactly. Ty White said, I'm predicting 10-7. I agree. Mark says Johnny would be a perfect mascot. Yeah, Johnny would be a great mascot. Johnny and I were on, what were we on? One day we were on the Denver Broncos. When we played the Patriots last year, me and Johnny were in the stands and we got put on their thing. Johnny would be a great mascot. You guys should see his new acts and all this stuff he's coming up with. How about the right tackle from the New York Giants? Is he on the bubble? What is it? Is it Andrew? Was it Andrew Thomas? I think is the right tackle. Um, I think he was like a top 5 pick, so that would cost some draft capital. Yep, Mark, I agree with you. Talked about this earlier. Timmy B is going because of his health, and this gives more touches to Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin. And everybody's talking about Marvin Mims. Some people say he had a frustrating camp. I think Sean Payton just hit him. I think he was like, hey, no need to know our deep threat yak guys, what we got going on. Greg Dulcich and Marvin Mims. Let's just, showcase here and there, and let's focus on the rest of the guys. Kamani even comes better and says, we go 11-6. Hey, 10-7, 11-6, coach of the year. I'm with it. That's true, I know, but I like Mathis too. Mathis has been too inconsistent for me. I think that's one of the reasons why Christian Parker was gone was because his development of DBs. Let's see. I definitely want to see how he develops. We sweep Chargers and Raiders, split with the Chiefs. So you say we go 5-1 in the division. Wow. That's interesting. So Kamani says we go 11-6. Kamani says we go 11-6. And then Ty White says we sweep the Chargers and the Raiders. I love to sweep the Raiders and the Chargers. I'm so sick of not beating the Raiders. And me and Johnny will be at that Week 5 game. So if you guys are going to be at that Week 5 game, the throwback game, let us know so we can link up. We're going to try and do the Get Buck Game Day show. So definitely we did that last year at the Patriot games. It was so much fun. So much fun. But Bailey's a stud for 5 years. For sure. Yeah. He'll be 30-something. But yeah, he'll be a stud for sure. Did most of the quarterbacks play backups in the preseason? All the quarterbacks played backups. All of them did. I don't know why that narrative came out, because the narrative didn't come out about Caleb Williams. Granted, he's a first-round pick, the first pick in the draft, but that narrative was only used for Bo Nix. It was only used for Bo Nix. It wasn't used for anyone else. Ty White comes in. He says we have shows every game day, post-game, pre-game, Tuesdays, and the show that Ty White is on with the Dawn. I believe it's. Let me see. I don't want to get the name wrong. Ty White, let's talk Broncos. Let's go Broncos. Broncos talk. It's Broncos talk. That's what it is. Broncos talk on Wednesdays. So we got the Get Buck Game Day show, the Buck Your Feelings post-game show, the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue on Tuesdays. Broncos talk with the Dawn and Ty White. So yeah. There's a lot of shows. Johnny's a good dude. He's funny as hell. He's like Mundungus. Yeah, those dudes are like twins. Andrew Thomas is the left tackle. So who's the right tackle? Evan Neal. Evan Neal. That's his name. Evan Neal. Evan Neal. Yeah, he was also a first-round pick. Cortland Sutton's the only one from that wide receiver group that's left. Him and Garrett Bowles are really the only ones really just holding it down from the old guard. I think that they're the last draft picks from John Elway. I believe. Yes, I believe Garrett Bowles and Cortland Sutton are the last ones from John Elway. Jai says, I think we go 13-4. Yeah, we have a tough schedule. I think we play the Chiefs, Ravens, Chargers, Raiders back-to-back in like 4 games. That's going to be interesting. Already threw $200 on the 5.5 wins over. How much you getting back for that? Because I was looking at it on FanDuel. I wasn't seeing it wasn't that much of a payout. So let me see. Tell me what the $200 bet is for the 5.5 over. Yes, it does. Losing to the Raiders hurts far worse than losing to the Chiefs. Yes, because we're better than the Raiders and we know it. And it's because we're better than the Raiders. And I hate the Raiders. And as you guys know, I was a late Broncos fan. I came 2012, 2013 when Peyton Manning came. I was a huge Peyton Manning fan, so I was with the Colts. They got rid of him, so I came with him. That's how Johnny and I met in the Army. 2015, big Broncos fan. Been like this ever since. I have an Now I have an absolute hatred for the Raiders. I mean, I didn't even have a hatred for the Titans, Jaguars, or whoever or the Texans when I was a Colts fan. But I hate the Raiders. I cannot stand them or their fans. I hate the Raiders, and I want to beat them. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year, only on Madden. Yes, I'm definitely going undefeated right now, so don't hate. I'm from LA too. I'm from LA. I cannot stand the Raiders. Their colors are there's just no creativity. Just no creativity with their colors. You might as well I just cannot stand them. That reminds me why I did not take the bet because but I am going to look for what I am going to do is I might go and look at the. You got to tell me what the over and under, what the payout is for over 9.5. Because I definitely might go in and take that. Feeling a little frisky. The Raiders streak ends. Yeah, that's why I say we sweep the Raiders. I just have it in my. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's certain gut feelings you guys get before games, like instincts. Yeah, thanks, Ty White. I didn't want to say it, but Ty White said it. Zeno, that's not a good bet for $200. That's why I didn't make it. You're not getting anything you're losing money. What is the payout for the bonus for Rookie of the Year? Let me know that. And let me know the over and under for 9.5. What's the payout for that? Yeah, the Raiders streak ends. The Raiders streak ends. Like I was saying, you know how you have that gut instinctual feeling about how you're going to do with a game? When we played the Seahawks, Russell Wilson's first year, I had a gut feeling we would lose that game. I do not have that feeling this year. I just don't. Guys, gamble responsibly. Okay, Blitz, you've been on me about Wi-Fi. It's over for you, bud. It's over for you, bud. Hey guys, we're gonna put this in a commercial. Gamble responsibly, not just with your money, so that way you don't make decisions like Blitz did. He bet $200 for a 175 return. He was in charge of the stock market; it would crash. So that's Great Depression monetary advice right there. Yeah, I don't think we'll lose to the Seahawks. I just don't have that gut feeling. I'm looking at we lost to the Seahawks by 2 with Russell Wilson. I think this team is a lot better, a lot more cohesive. I think the offensive line is better. The coaching is 1,000% better. We lost 17-19 with no coaching, and they basically have the same team. I don't see us losing to the Seahawks. I think there's going to be revenge for the Broncos. So I don't see us losing to the Seahawks. So that's that gut feeling that I have. I also have that gut feeling about sweeping the Raiders. I just don't see us losing to the Raiders. Gardner Minshew, I think Devontae Adams is frustrated. I don't think the run game is going to be the same. And I think this young team also has that dog in them. They also have that dog in them. But guys, we're going to go ahead and close out because I got to take my dog outside. But this was a breaking news show. But before we take off of this episode of Fresh Squeeze, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this with your friends and family. If you're from MHRT watching, salute to you guys. Thank you guys. Mark from Georgia, love you back in the chat. Kamani, love you guys in the chat. Thank you guys. D-Rock's here, always. Ty Wise, always here. Blitzby Reppins, always here. Shy, love you in the chat. Do you think we can sweep the Raiders? Yes. To talk about it one more time because I hate the Raiders. But thank you guys so much for being here. You guys always care to chat. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this with your friends and family. And head on over to MHRT if you guys are here from the Orange and Blue crew. Like this video, subscribe to their channel, go ahead and follow them so that way you guys can hit that notification bell and don't miss any videos from the Orange and Blue Network or the Mile High Roundtable Network as well. I love me, Isaiah. Is our internet beef over? You kept me going. You're my Joker. I don't know what I would do without my arch nemesis, but we'll keep it going. Actually, you spelled my name wrong, and I didn't even correct you, so we got new beef. Don't worry, we got new beef because you're gonna have to. My name is right here on the thing, and you spelled it wrong, so we got new beef. No, but I got you. You have gambling problems, so it's game over for you. We're gonna make an example out of you here on the Orange and Blue Network. Gamble responsibly, guys. But anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends and family. We're gonna head out for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and take my dog out before he craps on my couch. He's done that before, and my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. But love you guys. Come back. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here for another episode of Fresh Squeeze.